Hello all, this is Wasim and welcome to my channel Wagon Picks. This tutorial we will be learning how to include external libraries like Material UI for designing our front end, and we will be learning how to create components into our React application. To go ahead with the points which we'll be covering in this topic, the first topic, as I said, we will be covering is related to Material UI, how to install Material UI, what is Material UI, how we can use Material UI into our React code. Second point we will be covering is about the React components. React components, what are React components, how to create React components, and how we can use those components into our application. The third point which we'll be covering in this topic is how to create reusable components. The components which we will be creating in this application, we will be reusing those components. So we'll look into it how to do that. The last point which we'll be covering in this topic is how to pass props to the components. So basically, to give an overview, components, the beauty of React is components based architecture. So whatever components we are creating, we can alter those components by passing props. Props are nothing but properties which are passed to the component, and depending upon these properties, the components will be customized. So without getting delayed, let's get started. So before getting started, I would request you all to please like and share my videos. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you. So let's get started. So to get started with, we will create our own React uh, folder over here. We'll name it as project. So in this project, we'll open command prompt npx react app. My will name the file as my any component. So with this command, we will be creating a basic React code which includes the node packages as well. So till that time this is getting installed, we will go and just look into the documentation of Material UI. You can go through this the Material UI website, and in this we have documentation. In this documentation we will be having lot of things to go through. To just quickly take you through what components are. So this kind of thing, these are all the Material UI components which you can use into your React application. You don't need to create these components from scratch. You already have pre-written code for this. You just need to include the library and you can go ahead with the components. So there are many components, pre-written components, which you can use in your application. So you need to go through this documentation. You will get overview of it. So in this, like, as they have defined the buttons, the customized button. So you can take this library and you can build your own application using these components. Okay, so to check with, we are still installing the node packages. So this is all about the Material UI. So in this you can see that the search field, this search field you don't need to design from scratch. This will be provided to you by Material UI ready made. You just need to import this Material UI library, and you can use directly into your application. We will see this into our code. So let us check if this is done. This is still getting downloaded. This might take some time. So yeah, here we are done with our installation part. Let us go ahead and open this project. I am going into the folder, and let us start this project. So npm start, this will compile the code and launch the server. So till this time, till the time the server is getting started, we will open our code into our Visual Studio Code. So this is our Visual Studio Code, and we will be opening the folder, our project folder. This is our project folder. Okay. So these are the files which are created, and the code which is getting compiled is here. So you can see here the project is compiled successfully, and this is the application. We'll go into our code and we will delete all the unwanted files. We will only keep the base index.js file and remove the all other files over here. So we have deleted all the unrequired files, and then index.js, this is our base file, will remove the unwanted code from this. So these are not required. This is also not required. So we don't have an app component right now. So we'll just type a dummy content. You'll see this is reflecting in our browser. So this is getting reflected. That means our basic structure is good. So this is our base file index.js. In this we will go ahead and will create a component is nothing but a part of the application which we will be using in our other components. So we'll go into our src, we will create a new file. We'll name our new file as menu bar. So basically what we'll do is we will also create a component, and in that component we will use party library, that is material ui, and we will try to build this menu bar, the header part of any application. You can see like this kind of stuff we'll try to create over here. So we'll take a name as menu bar.js. Okay, so in menu bar.js we'll import react constant menu bar return. So this is our return part. So this is one of our components which we have defined, and in this component we are only displaying this dummy content. And let us try to import this component into our base file, that is index.js. So to import that component we just need to type the file name over here. So you can see we imported that file, and automatically it im- imports the path of that file as well. So what we have done over here is this menu bar is a child function, child component, which is imported into this parent component. So let us go. So what exactly the output should look like? The hello is the part of this main component, and whatever is written or whatever code it is written into the menu bar would be reflected below this hello part. So if we look at the project, this is the hello part which is from parent, and this is the hi part which is from the child component. So with this you have learned a basic functionality of React, that is uh, imp- importing a component into a parent component. So this is it. So now the next step is, let us go back to the menu bar. Now we will include material UI library into this application. So before going into the code part, we need to install the material UI from the command prompt. So for that, what we have to do is we will go to the installation part. So here we have this command, we need to copy this and need to install npm. Before installing, make sure that you are disconnecting the server, and then I'm installing this uh, material UI package. So this has been successfully installed. We'll go back to our code part. So in this, we'll type our code to define this menu part. So let me quickly give you with some example. So this heading part, this is what we are going to be designing, not exactly like this, but simpler part of this will be heading, and we'll be having some name over here with some buttons. So this is our goal using material library. Okay, so for defining the menu bar, we need two components from material UI. First is toolbar. So this has been imported, and second is, sorry, toolbar is the child component. Before this we need uh, app bar. So toolbar will be included inside the app bar. So this is the basic part of heading. Now we'll see, sorry, we need to run our project. So here you can see we have already defined the menu bar. Okay, so as we have imported these components from material UI, and this is how it looks like. So let us go ahead and define some heading content and buttons. Okay, so we'll go back to our code. We will write some heading content over here. So we need typography component is used to display the text. Okay, so in this, what for dummy purpose, my hat I'm defining. So this is how it looks like. So we can define some variant. At 6, variant is nothing but the style which we are giving to this content, that is heading 6. And also we will define the location, that is we'll make this as flex grow. Flex grow, and define this as 1. So what this flex grow does is it occupies the entire menu bar, and whatever content which we have defined right now, this will be at one side of the bar, and remaining content which we will be defining in this toolbar will be occupying, which will be defined in such a way that this will be occupying the entire menu bar. Okay, so let's go and check how this looks like. This is the simple menu bar, and what we'll do is we'll define some buttons over the right hand side. So button again, this is again we have imported from the material UI. So what you can see that this is auto populating the the component name, and when you hit enter, this will be automatically imported. Okay, so to give the name, we'll define this as home, and we need to define some color for this button, color, and it is inherit the color. So inherit, what this does is this will take the color of toolbar which we have defined. So you can see we have imported this button as home. Let us import few more buttons over here. We'll name this as about. We'll name this as contact. So here we have defined the menu bar, we have given the name, and we have these 3 buttons. And we will go back to our index. Okay, so now we have done this and we have included this into our main root file. So now let us see how we can define a reusable component. Obviously this is also a reusable component. Now what we'll do is we will create some uh, we'll create one more component, that is um, new file. Let us give name of this file as box.js. Okay, and import Yeah, from React. So let's define the name of this function. Return the default box. So let us see if we are able to import this component into our main file. Sorry, this box is from material. We don't want this box. We want this box. Let us see how this looks like. Okay, so the issue was like I have not I didn't define this as static, so this uh, makes that the menu bar which we have defined will be fixed on the top like over here. So we will go back to the index folder. We'll remove this hello dummy content. We can see that the box content is getting reflected over here, and now we'll go back to our box content, and what we'll do over here is we'll define this div will take some dummy content. Take some lorem. Let us take some dummy content. Let us take this content and try to print this into our component. And we'll define a style for this. So you can see that the content which we had pasted is reflecting over here. And now what we'll do is this, we'll convert this into a box looking structure. We'll give some width and height for this. We have defined a style, and we'll come over here, width, let us make this 200 pixel. Height will make something around 500 pixel. Background, So this color is what we'll do is, for time being, we will make this as blue. Okay, so let us go how this looks like. So here we have, this is the box which we have created, and this is the content. So let's go and define some internal padding. About 10 pixel. So this gives this internal space. So here we have. So let us go ahead and uh, increase the size of this box so that it will touch the bottom. This looks nice. When you want to do some CSS changes, always go and inspect the element. Go here, you have, sorry, you need to go into the element part, and you have the code defined over here. So here we have, we can make this 554. If we make this 554, it will touch at the bottom. So we will implement the same into our code. 554. Okay, now this is how it looks like. So now what we'll do is, we'll go back to our root file, and this was the box. So in this, what we'll do is, we'll pass one more content as a props to this component, which will define the color of that box. So let us name it as color. Let us try to use this props into our component. This is the red, and when we call this and we are passing this, we will make this color, and let us use this over here. Okay, so you can see we have passed the color name, which is red, to this box, and it came over here, and we have applied the same color to this content, to this box. So there is some mistake over here. um, so the mistake over here is, we need to include this into the flower bracket. This should fix the issue. So here we have got the red background for this. Similarly, now what we'll do is, we have already defined the component. We will reuse the component, the box component, into our root file. So what we need to do is, we need to just reuse the component. You can see, so we have reused the component, but this will not be reflected because uh, we have not defined. This will be, see here, all the boxes are coming one below the other, but we need to display this horizontally, like just beside this. For that, what we can do is, we can go over here, we can define our div element, and let us is this inside the div element, and in div element let us define a style, and let us make the display as flex, display as. So what this does is this arranges the boxes horizontally. So now you can see over here. Okay, so now what we'll do is we will change the color. We'll make this yellow, we'll make it green, we'll make this blue. So we have this colors. Let us paste one more box over here. Violet. So we have four, five different boxes over here. And now this is how our code will look like. So to give you an overview about what we all did was we create a simple box and we reused this box into our base root file. So for this application, index.js is the parent and box.js is child, and menu bar is also a child. So we saw that menu bar we included at the top, and then we included the box multiple times. And the second major thing which we saw was how to pass props. So you can see individual component we pass a separate a property that for this we needed red color, so we passed red and we utilized that into this component. Okay, so this was the variable which we are using this to define the background. So this was all about the using of material UI library and the component, reusable component into the React. Hope you all have got all the points. If you have any questions, any queries, please do comment me into the comment box. I will definitely come back with answer to your questions. Thank you so much for watching.